Well, you're looking at the A-bomb dome, a structure that was left pretty much the way it looked following the atomic bomb explosion here in August 1945. Let me step around in front of the camera and relate somewhat of a personal connection with events that transpired here, at least with a key figure involved with providing the atomic bomb to Colonel Tibbets. Colonel Tibbets was the pilot of the Enola Gay. That was the B-29 that flew from Tinian over here, and in about 8:15 a.m. in the morning of August 15th dropped the atomic bomb. That man, I think is what they were calling it, several miles over in that direction where there's a prominent T intersection of some rivers here in Hiroshima. And that event took several years in the making. First, one of the things that kind of set it off was Dr. Albert Einstein, a noted physicist, wrote a letter to President Roosevelt at the urging of several scientists saying America needed to look into this research of nuclear energy, atomic bomb, and all that sort of thing. What was the events happening in Europe, and the likelihood that Germany was probably going to make some effort to develop atomic energy. So nothing happened right off the bat, but of course with the Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor, they decided to go forward with developing an atomic weapon there, and they needed somebody to be put in charge of it. Well, coincidentally, about that time, they were completing the construction of the world's largest office building, the Pentagon. And the man in charge was also put in charge of the Manhattan Project, and that's what they called the development of the atomic bomb. Brigadier General Leslie Groves was the man in charge of the Manhattan Project, and he and hundreds of thousands of other people, for relatively cheap cost in today's dollars, 2008, but back in 1942 to 45, $3 billion is a lot of money. So in any case, General Groves and the Manhattan Project developed the atomic bomb, tested it out in White Sands in July of 45, and then shipped it to Tinian, where it was loaded aboard the Enola Gay and piloted by Colonel Tibbets, and resulting in what happened here. The story to connect it all together was many years later, as a teenager in the late 50s, early 60s, my dad had taken me to a Howard Johnson's near where we lived, Darien, Connecticut. We were sitting there having a hot dog, and this couple came in and sat down next to us, and Dad whispered in my ear and pointed out that that man sitting over there was General Groves. So I had a brief encounter with somebody famous in history that caused events to happen here in Hiroshima. You can understand why the Japanese have created a very beautiful memorial park to endeavor to have peace and their feelings about what happened here. However, the historical record seems to reflect that probably more than 1 million casualties would have occurred if the Allied forces had to invade the main islands here of Japan. The indications of the fighting in Iwo Jima and Okinawa in 1945 were horrendous, and it was just expected to get catastrophic here, 1 million casualties, and the war wouldn't have been over until projected 1946. It was going to take a long time and a lot more suffering. So President Harry Truman made the decision to drop the bomb. Some people say he should have apologized for it, he shouldn't have done it, and so forth. That'll be one for the history books. I sort of like the quote that was attributed to Harry Truman. He said he was still waiting for an apology from the Japanese for what they did at Pearl Harbor. So put it all in context and so forth, but today we have this important memorial to the Japanese and the world of how tragic war can be. So thanks for watching. Bye for now.